Beautiful day. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers with you as we take a look at the Mariners from last night. Boy, did they swing the bat well. The middle of the order was outstanding, led by Raul Ibanez. Let's take a look at our Sterling Bank. Nobody works harder for you. Mr. Ibanez had a fabulous night. 3 for 4, 2 runs scored, 3 ribbies.
It started with this double early in the game. Hits a ball in the right center field gap. You see Michael Saunders coming around third. Mariners score early because of that double by Ibanez. He eventually gets thrown out at third on the relay. But a clutch double for Ibanez. And then here's the home run that he hits, his 23rd home run of the year. He goes up into the cafe. Haven't seen many hit up in that area, but those folks certainly happy about it. Barrala's 23rd. And how about a 24th home run to dead center field? In fact, he and Kendrys Morales go back-to-back. But Raul Ibanez having one of the best first halves that we've seen in Mariner history, quite frankly. He has really been unbelievable.
He really has been. Pitching matchup, a good one tonight. Jared Weaver against Felix Hernandez. Here are the season numbers. 9-4 for Felix, Weaver at 3-4.
Well, Felix is on a good run again, so he's starting to pitch well. He's going to have to tonight. There's some speed in this lineup. He will have to deal with that. If some guys get on base, they have the potential to run. I think with Felix, we see them trying to do that a little bit more because they can't string hits together against him. Typically, he has struggled with the Angels, but I think pitching here at home, he did that earlier this year against the Angels. He pitched extremely well. I would suspect that will be the case again his last start before the All-Star break.
Last time we saw the Angels had a 7-0 and 8-1 lead, couldn't hold it and got a no decision. These guys have faced off oftentimes, and Weaver's had the upper hand.
Well, you can see Felix's ERA at a 5.88. Weaver just over 3. And then the home runs, 3 to 14 is a lot. But Weaver right now, he's a guy that was on the DL coming back, and the reports on him is his fastball's back. He's going to be about 91, 92 miles an hour. He tries to keep guys off balance. You'll see a lot of breaking balls and changeups from him, one of the premier pitchers in the American League.
So a good matchup tonight as the Mariners storm towards the All-Star break and a few well-earned days off. A gorgeous, gorgeous night here in Seattle. And last night, in addition to Raul Ibanez's 2 home runs, we had a couple other guys on the home run train. Kyle Seager got it started in the 2nd inning. And then in the 7th inning, Morales went back-to-back with Raul. Maybe more Mariner powers in the offing against Jared Weaver. We're going to find out in a couple of minutes. Glad you're with us for Mariner Baseball. It's the Mariners and the Angels. First pitch straight ahead.
Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Ford. We are local. By Safeco Insurance. Do more. And by the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting America's most outrageous comic, Andrew Dice Clay, September 7th. For tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com. There it is, postcard shot across Puget Sound. Hey, how about a little love for a very young Ken Griffey Jr. back in the day with the Bellingham Mariners. Great to have you with us from the Ford Sports Desk, everyone. I'm Tom Glasgow. After tomorrow's series finale with the Angels, the All-Star break will be here. The players will scatter with two headed back to the Big Apple. Felix Hernandez and Hisashi Iwakuma, of course, already there. Taijuan Walker of the Tacoma Rainiers, one of the fine talents in the M's farm system. He is suiting up once again for a second straight year in the Futures game at Citi Field. The game includes some of the top prospects from around minor league baseball, so best of luck to Taijuan in that. Easy to see why everyone is so excited about him. Look at his numbers with AAA Tacoma. Impressive stuff in 3 starts. He's given up just 1 earned run in 16 innings of work. He's also got 16 strikeouts and just 20 years of age. Now, Brad Miller also got the call to be a part of that Futures game, but he got a more important call, and that was to leave Tacoma to join the Mariners. So once you're a big leaguer, you got nothing to do with that Futures game. Brad and his teammates getting ready to take the field against the Angels. It's coming up next right here on Root Sports.
Well, the weather has these fans in a very sunny disposition. And why not? Because The man that they love so dearly here in Seattle, Washington's on the mound. Yes, indeed. Kings Court in session. Felix Hernandez against the Angels. Welcome to Mariner Baseball, everybody. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, and the Root Sports crew. Great pitching matchup again. It's Felix against Jared Weaver. Mariners coming off an outstanding win last night. 4 home runs. They win 8-3 against the Angels. And here's J.B. Shuck to lead it off against Felix. Shuck's in the lineup. Taking place, Peter Borges is out injured with a hand problem. Umpires tonight. Marvin Hudson has home plate. Al Gibson at first, Marty Foster at second, and Tim McClelland at third. Fly ball. Turns Ackley around for just a little bit. Makes the catch. Take a look at the Angels batting order. The rest of it.
Yeah, it's a lineup that has given Felix some problems as you look at Shuck flying out to center field. Then it is Mike Trout. See what he's done against the Mariners this year. A .475 average with 7 extra base hits. Then it's Pujols, the DH, hitting third. Hamilton, Kendrick, Trumbo leading the club with 20 home runs. He will hit 6. Callejo, Conger, and Ibar rounding out the 9 for the Angels. And Felix Hernandez this year, a 2.69 ERA, trying to be a 10-game winner for the first time in his career before the All-Star break.
Well, if Mr. Hernandez is a little bit more amped up tonight, it's understood, given what happened last time he saw these guys. The shortest outing of the season, 5 innings, 7 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned. And that's after he had the 7-0 and 8-1 leads down in Anaheim back on Thursday, June 20th.
Well, I would agree with you. And in that outing, after Felix was out of the game, it was probably about as upset as we've seen him. We're getting some shots into the dugout of Felix, and he was definitely bothered by that outing. The good news is since then he has pitched well.
Saw Rick Griffin in the tunnel, head athletic trainer, put both hands on Rick's shoulders and said that's never, ever going to happen again.
Well, you look at his last 3 outings against some real good opponents. Pittsburgh, Texas, and Boston. 7 innings in each one of those 3 outings, giving up just 2 earned runs in each of them. So Felix is back to pitching well, and I'm sure he'll be amped up pitching here at home. The good news, after that bad news right there, which it was, Felix earlier in the year pitched against the Angels here at home. He went 8 innings, giving up 5 hits, just 1 earned run for Felix.
Well, Kings Court a little bit bigger section tonight, maybe 2 more sections. They're fired up. Pitch at Trout, fouled off. Boy, I'd say that's about 20% more than his last home start. That's a good group.
Well, nice crowd out there enjoying the weather. Perfect night here for some baseball. A lot of K cards.
Right, Trout, 8-game hitting streak. Hit well against Felix, 467. Mike's got a homer, 9 runs batted in against Felix. Two. Mike Zunino behind the plate, threw out Trout last night. A great throw. It's the 3rd time. It's the 4th time, rather, that Trout has been caught stealing. Ground ball down to Kyle Seager. Sets and throws. Nice stretch there by Smoke. Gets the out, 2 down.
That's what we hope to see. A lot of ground ball outs by Felix tonight. Here, look at the T-Mobile defense for the Mariners. Ibanez, hot hitter in left field. Ackley getting the start in center. Michael Saunders is in right field and on the infield. Kyle Seager is out there every day. He is at third. Miller and Franklin. Good to see Nick Franklin back in the lineup. Missed the last couple of days because of a knee injury. Smoke is your first baseman, and Mike Zunino, as Dave mentioned, will do the catching tonight.
7-12 record for Felix' career against these Angels in 32 previous starts. Pujols fouls one back. Angels and the Rangers, 2 teams that have his number over the course of his career. 5-7 here at home, 4.73 ERA at 16 games. Remember last time the game where he had the lead, and he's generally working with a microscopic margin of error. This time he had the big lead, and the pitches were up. Remember, there's a long inning. The Mariners swing the bat really well at game.
Yeah, he came back out of the dugout. I think the other thing, too, is, and it's typical, it's what we see all the time. When one team gets a big lead, the starting pitcher for that team typically starts throwing a lot more fastballs, and that's what Felix was doing. And then when he started to get into trouble, the rest of the pitches he had, they just weren't there for him. He couldn't find it again, and pitches were elevated, as you mentioned, Dave, and in the middle of the plate, and he was hit.
And 2 strikes to Pujols. He's got a 7-game hitting streak working.
But to be fair, he's also a guy that typically, as you mentioned, is out there trying to hold on to a 1 or 2 run lead when he has the lead, and to get 7-0, 8-1 type of lead isn't something he's used to. But I bet you he learned a valuable lesson from that one.
On low to Pujols.
Good fastball from Felix, 94 miles an hour. Right there at the bottom of the strike zone, just below the strike zone.
2-2. One for 4 night for Pujols. Last evening, RBI single in the 8th inning. Big tip of the cap to Joe Saunders. 7 strong last night. Shutout baseball. Really saved the bullpen because Wilhelmsen, Perez, and Furbush were not available. Haven't been used a whole lot recently.
Well, Joe last night threw 109 pitches to go 7 innings. I thought after 6 he might be finished. He was right there at 100. But he went back out and picked up another inning for Eric Wedge and the bullpen. Unfortunately, it was a quick inning for him. Just 5 hits off of Saunders last night.
3-2 to Albert. Took a foul with a hit off his foot. Angels come in with an offensive profile that reached 3rd in batting average, 6th in runs, 4th in hits, 8th in homers, 4th in slugging, 3rd in on base for Mike Scioscia's ball club. Mike in his 14th year. 3-2. Strike 3 call. Marvin Hudson's the home plate umpire. He and Albert have a vehement disagreement. Felix 1-2-3 in the first with a big K of Albert Pujols. The Mariners coming to bat. Indeed, happy Felix evening here in Seattle with Felix in the mound, going 1-2-3 in the first inning against the Angels. And Chef Dave, per the tradition, the night of the King's Court when Felix pitches here at home, brings out the turkey leg. Who's going to be the lucky one tonight? Get the crown guy for this guy. A little sauce on there too, huh?
A lot of it tonight.
Great
Good
atmosphere
crowd.
tonight.
Yeah.
Really nice crowd. Looks like we're going to be up around 25, maybe 30,000 tonight. Upper deck to the left of King's Court, pretty full. He took a healthy bite, didn't he? Brad Miller's going to lead us off. 4-game hitting streak working for him. It's Jared Weaver. Soft liner. Ibar takes care of it.
starting lineup brought to you by Chevron. After Miller, it will be Nick Franklin. Good to see Nick Franklin back in the lineup after hitting that ball off of his knee. Then it's Raul Ibanez. A lot of success against Weaver. A .467 average with 4 home runs off of Weaver for Raul. Then it's Morales homered in last night's game to DH cleanup hitter. Seager, Smoke, Saunders, Zunino with 3 hits last night. That's good to see. He will hit 8th, and Dustin Ackley rounding out the 9 for the Mariners.
It's Nick Franklin, first start since Wednesday. Let's see the strike. Young man was going really strong for a while. He was the team's leading hitter. Still got a good number, 275 starting tonight.
Just good to see him back in the lineup. When we were in Cincinnati, he went to bunt a ball and fouled it off of the inside of his kneecap. Finished that game, but you could tell that he certainly was hurting and tried to play through it. Blake deciding that he just needed a few days, and it's good to see him back out there. Weaver typically will be in the upper 80s with his fastball. He'll mix in a breaking ball and a changeup. Kind of crossfires, throws across his body. It's tough to pick the ball up early off of him. He hides it well. And the reports are at times he will be 91 miles an hour. So his fastball coming back to him, getting stronger. Good news for the Mariners here at Safeco Field. He's 5-6 in his career with a 4.58 ERA. So he hasn't pitched that great here at Safeco. See if the Mariners can get to him tonight. The Mariners have been swinging the bats extremely well over the last 5 games, scoring 38 runs. It's good to see, Dave.
Been waiting for a while. Let's hope it stays around for the next 60+ games or whatever we have left. Or is it 94? So it's at 70 games or so. Fly ball left field. J.B. Shuck. 2 down.
Routine play for Shuck out in left field. In center field, it'll be Mike Trout. Josh Hamilton, the right fielder. And on the infield, Alberto Callaspo, the third baseman. Ibarn Kendrick playing up the middle. Mark Trumbo, the first baseman. And Hank Conger. Hank Conger will do the catch. He came on as a pinch hitter last night, but he gets the start behind the plate tonight for Weaver. On the year, just 10 starts, 3-4 record with a 3.38 ERA. Opponent's average 2.45.
Coming off a couple of strong outings against Boston and St. Louis, both wins at home. Here's Raul Ibanez. Ibanez, 467 against Weaver, 4 homers, 7 runs batted in. He struck out 6 times against him. Breaking ball in there for strike. Guys in the clubhouse for the Angels. Tipping their cap to Raul and said, man, he is on every fastball that he can hit. Man.
He really is.
1-1.
So Weaver throws him a couple of breaking balls. Slow curveball. 71 miles an hour. Probably a real strength for Weaver. Changing speeds. Times he will elevate his fastball, throw at the top of the strike zone. Similar to what we see Akuma do from time to time.
Hit the other way. Fair ball. And the fan touches it. All he had to do is leave it alone. But that will double for Raul.
Another extra base hit again for Raul.
Ninth double.
And you were talking about him being on the fastball. This is the fastball. Just talked about Weaver elevating the pitches at times. He likes to do this on purpose. And this is the fastball up out over the plate. 90 miles an hour. They had a shift on. And Raul hits it fair, just fair, down the left field line. And touches that ball, but it would have probably just been a double anyway, so nothing hurt there.
Ninth double for Ibanez, club slugging leader. 576 coming into tonight's game. Here's Morales. He's got a 5-game hitting streak working. Kendricks. 6'7", 210 pounds. A lot of arms and legs coming at you. Rouse having a good year. Runners in scoring position, hitting .372 with 4 home runs and 40 runs batted in. Currently 5th in that category in the American League. 2-1 pitch. On the ground now, Howie Kendrick throws at his former teammate. That'll do it for the Mariners in the first inning. While Ibanez a double, a ground rule double, and he's left stranded. To the second inning we go. Welcome back to Safeco Field, everybody. A little time-lapse look at all the folks coming in on Dustin Ackley Gnome Night this Saturday. And tweet us your picture, if you will, like this young lady did from right here in the ballpark. You folks at home can tell your loved ones who are here at the ballpark to tweet us in, tweet into us, get them on the air. There's Josh Hamilton will lead it off against Felix Hernandez. It's at strike one. Felix has had great time against Mr. Hamilton. Josh hitting just $151 with a homered 5 RBIs against Felix. Hamilton, though, has really been on fire since we last saw him. 19 for his last 56, 4 homers, 12 runs, 14 runs batted in. 3 doubles and hitting 14 of his last 15. Felix has got him 0-2. They want a strikeout. Oof. Flush on Zunino. It's okay.
Felix's changeup has been an effective pitch against Hamilton. This right here is a good fastball. A little sinking fastball, running fastball in the outside corner as it gets fouled straight back right into the mask of Mike Zunino.
Oof.
That'll wake you up.
Sure will. Marvin Hudson and Felix giving Mike a few extra seconds to shake that off. 0-2. Felix struck out Pujols looking to end the first inning.
I think with Hamilton, he's an aggressive hitter, wants to swing the bat, and that's why I think Felix's changeup, one of the best changeups in the business, is an effective pitch against him.
1-2. Swing and this, and Hamilton's gone. Back-to-back strikeouts for Felix. One out here in the second. Take a look at today's cold hard facts. Felix Hernandez this season, 26% of batter strikeout. That's 8th. 103 swinging strikeouts, 4th. And chasing out of the zone, 5th. Overall strikeouts, he's 4th and 5th in strikeouts per 9 innings.
When you see those numbers, that tells you that he has a lot of deception, tremendous movement on all of his pitches. Even major league hitters having a tough time putting him in play.
And let us not forget 2.69 ERA, second in the league to Hiroki Kuroda of the Yankees, who's at 2.65. 1-0 to Kendrick. Over Felix's glove. No play for Franklin. Should be a base hit.
It looked like Felix was going to try to jump up and catch it, but decided to let it go. We'll take a look at it. Goes right back at him, bounces over his head. Started to go and pull his glove back down, knowing that Franklin was playing up the middle, but can't handle it.
Kendrick, a pretty fast runner.
That'll be an infield hit.
1 out, 1 on. And a powerful, dangerous hitter in Mark Trumbo coming to bat. 20 home runs, 56 runs batted in, with 3 career home runs and 9 RBIs against Felix.
Mariners have had some success against Trumbo, pitching him away, throwing some breaking balls off the plate away. He has a tendency to chase it. It's a big man with a big swing. He had 20 home runs on the year.
Stand down in the zone, 2-0. Drive to center field. Ackley going back. Settles under it. Makes the catch. Oh, took a good route. 2 outs. Tomorrow, Mariners and Boeing. Give a tip of the cap to our youngest fans for Salute the Kids Day here at Safeco Field. Not only will all kids 14 and under take home a Michael Morse t-shirt, but they're also going to be invited down onto the field for a post-game run, the first run around the bases for this summer. For tickets to family fun right here at the ballpark as part of Boeing Salute the Kids Day, log on to Mariners.com. Can't beat it, being on a major league field as a little youngster. Beautiful. There's Kai Espo. Alberto's got a 7-game hitting streak. 2 out, 1 on. Ball 1 to the Angels' third baseman. Cayaspo came over to the Angels in the 2010 season. 2 years and 2 days ago. 2 years and 1 day ago, beg your pardon. 288 hitter in 2011. Last year at 252. Not a big home run guy. He had 10 last year. 11 with Kansas City. Time called. He had 11 with Kansas City in 09. Not a big guy at third base. Very similar to when Sean Figgins was with the Angels. Figgy not a real big man. 2-0. Great jump by Kendrick. Ball slapped the other way. That'll get down. Kendrick will hold with the play right in front of him while Ibanez in left field. 2 out, 2 on.
This is like a fastball that's away. Hits it right off the end of the bat. Just kind of flips it out into left field. Ibanez shading him that way. Was able to get to it because Kendrick was on the run. We'll bring up Hank Conger. Conger 256 with 6 home runs and 14 RBIs this year. Angels have their first runner in scoring position with that base hit by Cayespo.
Far and away the best hitting catcher they have, eyeing that at 214. It's his batting average. Born at Federal Way, switch hitting catcher, looks at a strike. Outside to Hank. I think 271 over his last 17 games. Reached base safely. Hit on a walk 24 of his 29 starts. Two and one.
It's like part of Felix's game plan. First time through the lineup, throwing a lot of fastballs. He has a good one tonight. He's topped out at 94. Looks like he has good movement on it. Downward action should get him some ground balls as this game progresses.
Two and two. Cage Court now on its feet. 2 outs. A 2-2 count to Conger with 2 men on here. And the Angels second. Felix headed to New York City, his 4th All-Star game appearance coming up on Tuesday. And a 2-2 here to Conger. All right, Brad Miller right there will throw out Conger to end the inning. Felix slowed it down just a little bit. Gets out of 2 out, 2 on trouble here in the second inning. Take a look at the last out here. Felix Hernandez. Ball through the middle. Knocked it down with his bare hands. Scary.
Yeah, I don't like to see that. Take a look at it again. Can't tell. Maybe his pinky. It's so difficult. I'm sure that with the pitchers, they tell them all the time to keep their hand out of the way, but it's just a reaction, natural reaction for them to try to reach out and stop it. Probably helped them there.
Seager, Smoke, and Saunders here in the second against Jared Weaver. Ball one. Kyle trying to get right against Severs. Against Weaver. He's 1 for 9 with an RBI. 12-game hitting streak for Kyle. Home run last night, 1 for 3, 2 runs scored and an RBI. Nice strike there, called 1-1.
2013 Mariners setting a record last night. They've now homered in 20 straight games. It's a Mariner record. They are 3rd in the American League in home runs, just 1 behind Toronto.
Baltimore leads the way, and yes, Mr. Davis hit his 36th today, opposite field at Camden Yards.
Well, they were 1 behind Toronto at the start of the day. I saw Encarnacion hit his 25th today.
Man.
That's for the Blue Jays.
Off the end of the bat.
Those guys are change up 71 miles an hour.
Those cats are on fire. That's unbelievable.
When we think about it, it seems, I was saying today, it seems that Raul's going yard every day. What is it like watching Chris Davis? Is he 36 now?
Yeah. Got an outside fastball, nice easy swing, 364 in the gap. Baltimore cleared it by a lot. It's Justin Smoke. Seekers worked the full count. Ibar's got a good angle on it. Makes the play. Time now for a Century Link to what's next. And coming up tomorrow, first half finale, it's going to be Joe Blanton against Hisashi Iwakuma. Mike Soship talking about Iwakuma. He says we can't even hit a loud foul ball off of him.
Well, it'll be an interesting matchup. It looks like it should be lopsided in the Mariners' favor, but Iwakuma has been struggling, and Blanton pitched well against the Mariners down in Anaheim. That'll be the last game before the All-Star break.
Hard but foul. Strike one to Smoke. So 1 out with Seager popping up. Seager, the leading hitter on the ball club at 290 starting tonight. Smoke leads the club in on-base percentage at 360. Did hit him. Oh, it's close.
Take a look at a fastball up and in, our McDonald Supermo. See if he gets a piece of the sleeve of Justin Smoke. And it does, a little bit of his tricep.
I'll bring up Michael Saunders. Happy to report he's got a 5-game hitting streak working. 220, 5 home runs, 22 runs batted in. Saunders 4 for 15 against Weaver. High drive, left field, base hit. 6-game hitting streak for Michael Saunders. 2 on, 1 out.
Yeah, this is good hitting, aggressive on a fastball. It's away from him, and he lines it into left field. Good swing, kept his head in there, didn't pull off of the ball. Solid line drive into left. That will bring up Mike Zunino. Zunino with 3 hits last night. See him hit a couple of breaking balls hard for base hits last night.
Yeah, it's very good sign. First 3-hit game for Mike up here in the big leagues. 1. Good for Michael Saunders. Now on this homestand, 8 for 21. 381 clip. Stop by Hank Conger. Good look at a good Saturday evening crowd here at Safeco Field. that blue sky. Been like that all day. Excited to be at the ballpark. 1-1. 2-1. Mariners come in 11 games under 500, 13 back off the pace. First place Oakland. Texas a game back. Angels 9 back. 2-1 to Mike Zeeb. Weaver was the Kendrick for 1 and over to Trumbo for 2. Double play 1-4-3, and that'll do it for the Mariners in the second. This battle between Weaver and Felix Hernandez. Get up and the King's hot sauce. Not bad.
That's pretty good.
I like it. Fences have come in here at Safeco Field. It's a new group space located just beyond the center field wall. The new Power Alley at the Pen guarantees your group a front row view. First 2 drinks and catering service all game long. You experience the Pen like never before when you book your group for the Power Alley at the Pen at mariners.com/group. Season ticket holders had a chance to get autographs. They were in here at about 3:45, 4 o'clock today. Eric Ibard leading off, swings and fouls one off. Mariner players and coaches were out signing autographs down the right field foul line. Part of a big crowd, really good crowd here tonight. Center field, here comes Ackley. 1 out. Mentioned it last night, but he's getting more comfortable every time a ball comes to him. You can see it.
You can tell, right? Yeah. And again, it's going to take him a little bit of time to get comfortable in center field, in the outfield period. He spent a couple of years trying to be a big league second baseman, and all of a sudden they run you out there to shag some fly balls. It's not as easy as it looks.
Hey, we got some news for you. We just want to have a cup of coffee, and I want to tell you that you're moved to the outfield.
Yeah, it's a little bit tough. But I agree with you. We saw him on that ball earlier in the game that was hit to center field. He was able to turn around and run to a spot. So that tells you that he's getting more comfortable. He has the speed to play out there. But instincts will take him a little bit.
1-1 to J.B. Shuck as we get back to the top of the order. Flied out to center. Ackley's made 3 putouts so far. Out off of Felix's glove. There's Miller. Throw out Shuck. Boy.
A couple of them back to Felix now. Has been able to get a piece of, knock him down so Miller can make the play behind him. One was off of his bare hand, and that one looked like it was his glove getting a piece of it.
This is not supposed to be Felix Pinata night.
No. You don't see any ricochets off of Felix. And see right back to him off of his glove, slowed it down enough. That was headed towards center field for a base hit. Deflection, it goes right to Brad Miller at short.
Brings up Mike Trout.
Thinking about this game today and looking at the lineups and the pitching matchup and all that stuff, felt that it was going to be a pitcher's game. And initially I thought, well, maybe it comes down to the bullpens late, but this is the one guy in their lineup that makes you nervous because he can do so many different things. A base hit he can turn into a run with his legs.
Can take you out of the yard. It's unbelievable. Second leading hitter in the American League behind Miguel Cabrera starting today. It's a foul ball. I mentioned Trout, top 10 in 15 offensive categories right now. Sensational season.
Using the words of Eric Wedge, he's a difference maker.
Capital D, capital M. Find another one out there, send them to Safeco Field. That would be First Avenue in Seattle. Hit well, right center field. Long run, Ackley off the fence. Going to be digging for three. He's going to get it easily. Mike Trout with his 8th triple of the season, and that ball was a slicing bullet. Difference maker indeed.
This is a good fastball. 92 sinking. It's down at the bottom of the strike zone. He is so strong at the plate and drives it off the base of the fence. You see the 380 mark. It was nothing that Ackley or Saunders could do but to try to get the deflection off of it. That fooled Ackley. He'll get that figured out. It's another thing, different angles of this ballpark he's going to have to learn.
Takes over the league lead in triples with 8. Pujols breaking ball, strike one. He had been tied with Jacoby Ellsbury of Boston.
Albert Pujols was not happy in his first at bat. Felix able to strike him out looking on a fastball that was in, probably borderline in off the plate. The home plate umpire Marvin Hudson, as you take a look at where the pitch location was, rang him up, and there was a heated discussion at the plate. Felix going back in there.
Swing and a miss to Pujols, 0-2.
Looks great movement on that fastball at 92 miles an hour. To Pujols, it looked like it was going to be on the plate. Felix running it off the inside corner, well off the plate. Gets a swing and a miss.
Felix with 2 strikeouts thus far tonight. He's got 2 outs, and he's ahead of Pujols with Trout at third. Pujols a 306 hitter, runners in scoring position. 1-2. 3 homers and 41 RBIs for Albert in that runners in scoring position category. One-two pitch. He went. He did. Felix gets a huge strikeout to end the 3rd inning, and Larry Bernendez character appreciates his hero's work here. No score at Safeco Field. Mariners baseball on Root Sports, being brought to you by Sterling Bank. Nobody works harder for you. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. By Mazda. We believe if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. And by Jack in the Box. Go to a Jack in the Box near you with Jack's new Big Stack Burger. Earlier in the homestand, we showed you scenes from Mount Rainier. That was from arid area of central Washington. Dustin Ackley leads off. Ackley, Miller, and Franklin 9-1-2 against Jared Weaver. Breaking ball for strike. Ackley hitting a 208 with 1 homer. 11 runs batted in. His only homer came in. The Ackley boys are back 2 nights in a row. The only homer came at Toronto back on May 4th. 2-1. Another strike, 2-2. Mariners threatened in the second inning. They had runners at first and second with 1 out, but Zunino bounced into a 1-4-3 double play. One hop to Howie Kendrick. 1 down. Dustin Ackley Gnome night here at Safeco Field. This one, Brick Wade. And got his eyes on a big bucket of food.
The Gnome has been all over the ballpark today.
People came after him tonight. Brad Miller.
Brad lined out to short his first time up.
Strike 1 to Brad.
Constantly working the edges of the plate, isn't he? Both sides of it.
Nice quickness there by Hank Conger. 1-2. And Weaver does a really good job. I remember seeing him at Long Beach State, he and Jason Vargas. Troy Tulowitzki, that's a good ball club. Get beaten out in the Super Regional by Arizona. Trying to get to the College World Series, and Miller strikes out. First strikeout tonight for Weaver, 2 down. Bring up Nick Franklin. Flied out to left the first time.
It's a good hard breaking ball from Weaver. It was set up by the fastball inside that he just missed with.
Weaver 12-7 against the Mariners, but 5-6 here at Safeco Field. He's got a 2-0 pitch. And there for strike. Breaking ball. Skied to short right field for Josh Hamilton, and Weaver has an easy 1-2-3 third. A scoreless ball game. Pitchers duel in progress. Time now for AT&T Trivia question. Who is credited with creating the Major League Baseball All-Star Game? Branch Rickey, Arch Ward, Gus Greenlee, and Judge Kennesaw Mountain Landis. I am firmly in the belief and knowledge that it's Arch Ward, who was an editor at the Chicago Tribune 1932-3, thereabouts. Ride with me on this one, big fella.
I'm with you.
Josh Hamilton leads off. Hamilton, Howie Kendrick, Mike Trumbo. Hamilton struck out first time. He could never play for Boston. He doesn't see enough pitches.
Yeah. Might get one of their games to go about 3 hours and 20 minutes by speeding it up. Those guys were brutal, weren't they? I mean, you talk about a veteran lineup that will grind out some at bats and make you work.
Every guy. When they brought guys off the bench.
Yeah. Yep. Greg Colburn, former major league players, their hitting coach, done a good job with them. Yeah.
Howie Kendrick got an infield hit his first time. Yeah, it is remarkable. Don Arcillo and Jerry Remy do their TV. Boys, it's like this every night.
Yep, that's what they said. It's probably even worse when they're at Fenway because it's a hitter's ballpark.
You know it.
But that being said, they have the best record in the American League. So
we'll get to experience that, Mike. It's coming up shortly. At the end of the month.
Well, with the way the Mariners are swinging the bats now, I'm looking forward to seeing them hit in Fenway. Hopefully they stay aggressive and continue to swing the bats.
Good call. We could have some 14-13 affairs, right?
It's all right.
You got to win them. Fly ball right field. Does he play for Saunders? One step on the track, 2 down. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. All right, your day. Who was there a team that grinded it like the Sox do in terms of, you know? I mean, I think we talked about this a couple of days ago. You said you guys did. There was a stretch, but I don't think you did it to the degree that these guys did.
No, probably if I had to pick a team, it would have been the Yankees. Another veteran club. A lot of really good hitters in their lineup.
High fly ball center field. Felix breezes through the 4th inning here. A ground out, 2 flyouts. Not bad. He matches Weaver with another 0 as we go to the home 4th. What Raul Ibanez did, and we're still shaking our head and loving it.
How can you not? Raul last night had a double to start the game off. Then he comes back with a home run, hits it up in the cafe. His 23rd home run of the year. And then he goes for good measure, hits another one. 24 home runs now for Raul before the break. We'll see what he can do in the next 2 days, but that's a really good first half for Raul Ibanez.
Started the day tied for third in the American League with Encarnacion and Dunn, but you mentioned Encarnacion hit one today. Chris Davis hit one for 36. Encarnacion for his 25th. Sensational, fabulous. Get the thesaurus out and just keep going.
I thought it would have been so great to see him at the All-Star game and put him in the home run hitting contest.
Yes,
wouldn't that have been great?
Oh, perfect.
A good inside fastball there from Weaver. He thought he had the inside corner. Didn't get the call. Marvin Hudson, the home plate umpire tonight.
Great pull of the string there at 71 miles an hour.
Although I suspect Raul with the time off, the Mariners 4 days off for the All-Star break. He'll enjoy his time off. His home is here in Seattle, has his family with him.
2-2. Put it in play. Easy play for Trimble. One out. Raul with a ground rule double first time up. Last month's fireworks show, sight to be seen, and for lucky fans, guess what? The Mariners are once again going to light up the sky for Safeco Field for another postgame fireworks display coming up on Friday, August 9th. Mark it down, circle it if you still use it the old-fashioned way, and put it in your iPhone if you do it the newfangled way. Be on hand as the Mariners take on the Brewers. And stick around after the game for a spectacular Mariners Hall of Fame themed fireworks show. For tickets to join in on the fun, visit Mariners.com. On the 10th, Mr. Griffey, Ken Griffey Jr. will be here, inducted into the Mariners Hall of Fame. Look forward to that. Morales grounded out to second. That's Junior Bellingham, rookie ball.
He wasn't there long. Great shirt, though.
1-2. The guy out to come back to the ballpark. Maybe he'll get lucky and Junior will autograph it for him. Well, there's going to be some stories that weekend, huh?
I would think so. Morales hit a home run last night, his 14th of the year. He and Ibanez tied for the RBI lead, both of them with 54.
Weaver struck out one. Started a double play. Felix has struck out 3. Neither one of these aces has issued a walk.
You're going to see that a lot from Weaver. We already have a lot of high fastballs. He'll waste some pitches up there. Does that to mix in his off-speed pitches. There's a changeup.
Hit to the gap. Base hit for Morales as Trout will get it back in. Third hit for the Mariners, matching the total for the Angels.
Changeup off the plate away, but it's up a little bit. See Kendricks go out and hit it hard into the outfield.
There's Kyle Seager, popped up the short, leading off the second inning. Base hit, gets past Trumbo. Morales made sure it got through, so he gets the second. So here come the Mariners again, 1 out, 2 on.
You can see where that last pitch was. It was an off-speed pitch, a changeup, right on the outside corner.
Our Mika hit zone, and one of the few areas he struggled this season.
I bet that'll change.
Kyle's really been special for the Mariners, leading them in averages, average games played, runs, bats, hits, total bases, doubles, tied with Smoke and walks, 34.
And extended his hitting streak to 13 games with that base hit.
Strike one, Smoke hit by a pitch, first time up. Here to Smoke. It's outside and missed. Smoke 5 for 22 against Weaver. Outside, 2-1.
Normally the defenses like to put a shift on with Justin, but they're not able to do that now with the base runners out there. Might open up a hole on the infield for Justin to get a ground ball and maybe drive in a run.
2-1 pitch. Came out in front. We've seen more great changeups this year, haven't we?
It's an effective pitch. I mean, if you look at it, usually the elite pitchers are the ones that have it. Weaver being one of them. Felix, of course. Iwakuma has the split. Hitting his timing, a lot of deception to it, and those that can keep their arm speed up and really sell the changeup off of their fastball are the best ones, and Weaver certainly able to do that.
Two to Smoke. Fouled off. Weaver's ready, 2-2. The count, 1 out, 2 on for the Mariners. Off the fist, out back. Do it again at 2-2.
Good job of laying off of that changeup. Pitch down out of the strike zone. Michael Saunders waiting on deck. Michael with a base hit, his first time up the line, to base hit into left field.
Mariners had runners at first and second, back in the second inning, hit into a double play. Here's the payoff to Smoke. Hard and foul.
And there you go. Didn't give in to him. Threw him a 3-2 breaking ball. It looked like a slow curveball. Justin able to pull it foul.
Spot here for Smoke and the Mariners, 3-2. Foul again.
Well, this will be a 10-pitch at bat. 10th pitch coming up to Smoke. Giving it a good fight. There you go. Another off-speed pitch on the corner.
Hit right field. Hamilton's got to get throwing arm. Here's a throw to the plate. It is dropped by Conger. Throw down to second. Back safely. As Morales scores. Morales is a dead duck. And Conger flat dropped it. 1-0 Mariners.
There's Morales at second base on the base hit, running around third. As Dave mentioned, not good speed at all. He looks like he's going to be out. He tries to stop, maybe delay or do something. But Conger had plenty of time to make the play. Almost missed the ball, and then gave Morales, who was stopping, a chance to just step on home plate. So that's a break for the Mariners. You can see it again. Take advantage of it. Wow. A couple of things in that play. One, what a great at bat by Justin Smoak. Fouled off a number of pitches, worked the count back to 3-2. An 11 pitch at bat, or excuse me, a 10 pitch at bat. There you can see the last pitch off the plate as he reached out and hit a line drive into right field. Really good at bat. Strong throw by Hamilton.
So the scoring on a base hit, RBI, and credit Hamilton with an assist, and Mike Scioscia, an all-star catcher in his own right, upset with his starting catcher tonight, Hank Conger. That was an out. Mariners will take it. Here's Saunders. Extended his hitting streak to 6 games last time up. Morales was conceding. He saw the play. He knew he was out.
I think he was going to try to stop and maybe stay in some sort of rundown to maybe have Kyle Seager at second move up to third is what he was thinking. Because you're right, he was out by a pretty good margin. A good break for the Mariners.
Error in charge to Hank Conger.
Here's the throw again by Hamilton. Easy two-hopper up the line a little bit, but that's a play that Conger should handle.
One here to Saunders. Also a strike.
It looked like he was looking up to see where Morales was at, took his eye off the ball, and that cost him. It was a tough pitch, that last pitch. It looked like it was borderline down and off the plate.
Two in tight. Two balls, 2 strikes. So 1 out here for Saunders. Fouled it. Give it another chance. On deck, Mike Zunino. Havers ready, 2-2 to Saunders. Bouncing ball to Kendrick. They get 1, and they get the double play. Mariners do get a run. There was an error, and they leave a man. 1-0 Seattle. Today's Tracer Technology is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. 1-0 Mariners, an RBI by Justin Smoak will wrap up the first half of the season tomorrow. Right here at Safeco Field, 1:10 first pitch. We'll be with you at 12:30 in a pregame. Joe Blanton against Hisashi Iwakuma is our CenturyLink link to what's next.
Callaspo will lead off for the Angels here in the 5th inning. For Felix, an easy fourth, 1-2-3, 4th inning. It was quick. I'd like to see him do that again if he can. Get the Mariners back up to the plate. Let him swing the bats against Weaver, who had to work in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Callaspo with a base hit to left field back in the 2nd inning. Extended his hitting streak to 8 games. Callaspo, Conger, and Ibar 7-8-9 against Felix.
.57 pitches total for Felix. He's in good shape with his pitch count working here in the 5th.
Another one just by Felix. Base hit, 2 for 2 night for Callaspo. Here's Tom Glasgow. What do you have, Tom?
Dave, thanks so much from the Ford Sports Desk. We check in on the Rangers and Tigers. Detroit's Max Scherzer looking to run his perfect record to 14-0. But that didn't work out for him. Beltre going a yard. Cruz 4 for 5. And the Rangers get it done 7-1 as we send it back upstairs.
Boy, they have traded knockout blows in 2 games. Was it yesterday? Big runs for the Tigers in the first couple of innings. That series even at 1 apiece. Detroit beat them last night 7-2. Seager hanging in. Ball comes back to him. Big out.
Quick out. Good to see. Felix quickly for 1 pitch to get an out right there.
Conger 0 for 2. There's Eric Ibar. Fly to center.
Looking at the lineup for the Angels, I thought Ibar was going to be a big key because of Trout hitting second. You have Ibar 9th. If he finds his way on base, that'll bring Trout up there to do some damage if he can. Trout already 1 for 2. He had a triple his last time up. So I think Felix, if he can keep Ibar off the bases and really want Trout to hit without anybody on, be an advantage to Felix.
Triple off the fence in right center. My goodness.
On a good pitch, too. It was down and away from him.
Same one we saw him hit a home run against Felix last year down in Anaheim. It looked like Felix working outside and went down and just punched it, and it got out in a hurry at Angel Stadium. 4-2.
Well, that was a great changeup from Felix.
Nothing but the utmost respect for Felix. I was talking to Mike Scioscia. I said, Mike, you've been through this a million times. You get certain teams, certain ballparks that, no matter what happens, you have it over somebody. You've been through it a million times. I said, hey, Felix is good. That's all I know. Felix is really good. He's going to compete like crazy.
Yeah, that's a fact. And to that point, we saw it tonight already. We showed you the Mariners and what they'd done against Weaver, and it was Raul Ibanez hitting .467. So what do the Angels do? They put the shift down like everybody else does, expecting Raul to pull the ball, and he just went right down the left field line for a double. I guarantee you Weaver's out on the mound shaking his head after that. What are you going to do?
Yep. On 2 strikes to Ibar. Tapper, Miller will take it himself. Hang, fire, throw, got it. Double play. Brett Miller, well turned. First double play turned by the Mariners tonight. Felix got a 1-0 lead. Field, lovely Saturday night. Glad you're with us. Time now for as we come to you from above the A at Safeco Field. Ask the booth. Why does it seem like all first basemen throw left-handed, Mike?
Well, and I know it seems that way, but it's not the case. Trumbo is right-handed, but of course Justin Smoak for the Mariners does throw left-handed. And there are a couple of reasons why. You can say it's an easy way for him to tag on a pickoff move, to just drop his right hand down where his glove is over at first base. And then I think the biggest one, though, is on the double plays. It's easier for him. It's an easy throwing motion to throw the ball to second to finish a double play. Justin, really one of the best at it as a left-handed fielder. And I think also everybody's looking for left-handed power, and sometimes those guys can't play the outfield, so they can put them over at first. Typically they're left-handed, but the Mariners are fortunate that Justin's an excellent fielding first baseman. But those first two, the one we shot you on the tag and the other one on the double play, are the biggest reasons why, if you can get them.
I remember great first baseman of my youth. Well, Willie McCovey threw left-handed, obviously swung left-handed. Willie Stargell.
Well, the best ones that I can think of defensively were all left-handed.
Hernandez, Ron Fairley,
Don Mattingly, Will Clark, John Olerud, who played here with the Mariners, an excellent fielding first baseman. All of them left-handed.
Bill White, a great first baseman back at the Cardinals. The Giants, he started his career with them in the late 50s. 2-1 to Zunino leading off. Mr. Gehrig wasn't too shabby.
No, not too bad.
Mike bounced into a double play his first time out. He's dismissed on a 2-2 pitch in the outside corner. Second strikeout for Weaver. Justin Ackley, Gnome night. And they're covering all bases. They got the Gnome and they got the King Felix crowns. Gotta love it.
Spent some time making those crowns there. Those guys were here last night. They're typically out in right field.
The Ackley boys. Boy, they're about 5 rows from the top. They're way up in right field stands.
Let's see if Dustin can get a base hit. He grounded out to second his first time up.
See him go on a hitting tear.
You can see Weaver getting a little frustrated. Home plate umpire Marvin Hudson is not giving him that pitch that's just off the inside corner on the plate. He'll give him some room on the outer half, but on the inside corner he's making him throw it on the plate. Now they go back away.
Weaver's got a record of 1-0 with Marvin Hudson on the plate. Felix is 0-2 with Marvin on the plate. Two and two. All proud owners of the Dustin Ackley Gnome. What did you do on Saturday night? Hey, it was Gnome night, everybody.
Folks were here early today
yes,
to get them too.
They were. And they had the folks with the big boxes working overtime. Ackley's worked the full count. Brad Miller's on deck. Fly ball backing up Trout. He's got it measured on the track. 2 out. Brad Miller's 0 for 2. Saw a flyer to shortstop and a strikeout. Weaver struck out 2. Hasn't walked anybody. Felix has struck out 3. No walks. Angels have turned 2 double plays. The Mariners 1. The RBI by Justin Smoak in the 4th inning. Follow up on our asked the booth question. There have been 11 games caught by left-handed catchers since 1902.
I don't think we'll ever see that again.
Correct. Most of those games had to have been way before they were recording games on film or video.
I think so.
On 1 to Miller. Breaking ball for strike. 2-2. Oakland's just taking a 1-0 lead at home against Boston. It's in the top of the 6th. 2-2. Full count for Miller. If he can keep it going, Nick Franklin will be next. Well, Tampa Bay's playing some good ball. They beat Houston 4-3.
About that time of the year for them, isn't it?
3-2 and strikes him out. Second time Brad's gone down swinging. Third strikeout on the evening for Jared Weaver. 5 complete. Felix out dueling Weaver 1-0. Seattle Mariners baseball on Root Sports being brought to you by Linwood Honda. Experience the difference. And by Pizza Hut. Make it great. Good look at the Columbia River, 1,243 miles long. It's the 4th largest river in the U.S. Empties into the Pacific Ocean. And it drains an area the size of France. How about that? Good matchup tonight. Weaver and Hernandez, 1-0 Mariners, and Felix. Top of the order, J.B. Shuck, followed by Mike Trout and Albert Pujols. Seager in on the grass at third. Fouled back, 1-1. Shuck 0 for 2. Fly to center and grounded out.
His last time up, he hit the ball hard back up the middle. Felix was able to deflect it. Ended up going to the shortstop, Brad Miller, and Brad threw him out at first, but it would have been a base hit. Felix hadn't been able to get a piece of it.
Shuck getting playing time with Peter Borges on the DL with a hand injury. Mike Scioscia saying that Borges they hope to have back in action later on in the month. Two and one. About this, Mike, subject of left-handed catchers, you should remember this name, Benny DiStefano, 1989. left-handed catcher. Caught 2 games for the Pirates.
I remember him catching.
He's an outfielder by trade, wasn't he?
Yes.
3-2.
Huh.
Had to have been one of those
emergency situations. Yeah.
Didn't play with the Pirates and the Mets during that time. 3-2 pitch. Line drive caught by Felix. Thank goodness for Horsehide.
JB shot. Was hit the ball hard twice, back up the middle, and Felix had something to do with both of them. One deflected to shortstop. This one he makes the catch almost behind him. Good reaction time by Felix.
He's such a good athlete. It was behind him.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yikes. Look at Seager.
Laughing.
Boy, oh boy, Trout. Bounces up there. Trout triples off the right center field wall. Highest time up, 1 for 2. No runs, 4 hits for the Angels. 1 run on 5 hits for the Mariners. Here comes Ackley. It's important out. 2 down. We would like to welcome Northland Communications subscribers from Moses Lake, Washington. Thank you for rooting on the Seattle Mariners and all of us at Root Sports, and the Mariners appreciate your support.
I'll bring up Albert Pujols. Pujols 0 for 2. A couple of strikeouts.
Moses Lake, 3 hours eastbound on the 90 from here. Strike 1, Albert. Ahead of him, 0-2. Albert started today at .227 hitter career against Felix. 1 homer and 5 runs. Batted in. Energize or re-energize the Kings Court. 3 strikeouts thus far for Felix. The 0-2. Easy play, Franklin. And Felix breezes again. Through the 6th with no problems. A 1-0 Seattle lead. Nothing Mariners on a 4th inning. Justin Smoke RBI single. Let's revisit our AT&T trivia question. Who's credited with creating the Major League All-Star Game. Mike and I both go with Arch Ward. He of the quite sure the Chicago Tribune. Fans went with Kennesaw Mountain Landis, who became commissioner. Survey says Arch Ward. Yes, indeed. Remember, he did. I was watching Rainout Theater years ago, and I remembered that. First All-Star Game in 1933, also credited with the Golden Gloves in the All-American Football Conference, and Gus Greenlee followed suit and organized the East-West game for Negro League Baseball. Yeah, that name was familiar. You get a chance if you're ever in Kansas City at the Negro League Hall of Fame Museum. Boy, is that fantastic. Nick Franklin, Raul Ibanez, Kendrys Morales. Nick tonight, fly to left and fly to right.
And a good pitch to hit their off-speed pitch. It looked like he was on it, ended up fouling it off, but he had good aggressive swing.
Well, they're big fans. They had Felix out there. Now they're expressing their affection for Mr. Franklin as well. And they had Raul early. 2-1. Oh, good pitch by Weaver. 2-2. Trout shading Franklin towards left center. He'll come in, call off J.B. Shuck and make the catch. One out in the sixth. The Stars align for the 2013 Major League Baseball All-Star Game. Best of the American League take on the National League's top players. Don't miss all the action. It's coming up Tuesday, July 16th, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Pacific on Fox. Be interesting to see if anybody will pull out of the game in the next day or two. Ardent fans out there. Like Raul, who doesn't? Ground rule double and a ground out tonight. One. Popped up. Guy Bar taking control. Two outs. Well, they're covering the whole lineup. Came well prepared.
Morales, he scored the one run in the game, had a base hit his last time up, eventually scored.
What a break he caught scoring too, because both the throw from Hamilton beat him. It was up the line a little bit. Conger couldn't hold on to it. I think Conger the catcher. Doesn't matter what side, he looks like he's ready to hit always.
Definitely wants to swing it. Aggressive hitter. I think that served him well, especially this year with runners in scoring position. He gets a fastball in the first couple of pitches. He's going to put it in play somewhere, and usually puts it in play hard.
One-two pitch. 2-2. Two out, nobody on. Mariners hit 3 hits in the 4th inning to score the 1 run. Consecutive singles or hits by Morales, Seager, and Smoke. Pitch. Dribble foul.
Good news for the Mariners is Weaver's pitch count starting to climb on him. He's at 98 pitches now, working here in the 6th. See all the pitches to Morales off the plate away.
2-2 pitch. Rifled into the gap. Hamilton there to cut it off. And get it back in. 2-out base runner. And Morales a 2-for-3 night.
Everything away from him. This one on the outside corner. Tried to go inside, but you can see the ball running back out over the plate. Kendrick's looking out there, expecting the ball to be away. Just take a look at our McDonald Supermo as he squares this ball up into right center field. And Kyle Seager, when Morales had his base hit, Kyle followed with a hit of his own, extending his hitting streak out to 13 games now.
We're talking about a good crowd. Indeed it is. 32,458. Good way to spend a Saturday night. 1-0 to Kyle Seager. He's ahead now. He hit the right his last time up after popping out the shortstop.
We saw the matchups that were this series. We thought this would be the marquee one and be a great pitching matchup. So far it has been. Weaver giving up just 1 run on 6 hits.
Breaking the ball for strike.
Angels just 4 hits off of Felix.
$32,000, largest of this homestand thus far. Finale against Boston was the previous high, 25,367. 2-1 here to Seager. Up the middle, base hit. Morales will go to third. Throw by Trout. It's cut off by the shortstop by Barr. The Mariners in business with 2 outs, runners at the corners. Kyle Seager with another hit. 2 for 3 for him. Morales 2 for 3.
And that will bring up Justin Smoak. Justin is the one that drove in Morales to score the 1 run in this game. As you take a look at Kyle Seager and our McDonald Supermo reaching out, this ball is well off the plate away. Kyle stays with it, hits it back up the middle. So a good situation for the Mariners. Smoak, a 10-pitch at bat to get the base hit into right field to score Morales. Morales scored from second. A little bit easier now that he's able to get around to third on that base hit by Kyle. Mike Butcher, the pitching coach, out to talk to Weaver right now. Weaver at 104 pitches. Nobody throwing in the pen for the Angels. And it looks like De La Rosa just getting up. Hasn't thrown a pitch out there yet.
Felix with a 1-0 lead, and his teammates trying to get him some more here. Good opportunity for Smoak.
Mariners 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Now 1 hit by Justin. Again, it was a great at bat. He was behind early, worked it to a full count, and ended up getting a base hit on the 10th pitch of that at bat.
Center field, backing up Trout. He's looking, he watches it leave. A 3-run homer for Justin Smoak. 4-0 Mariners. Big Smokey coming up with a home run. His 8th of the year. Waiting for that. Turn one around. That was beautiful. Last home run was a week ago, 6 days ago in Cincinnati. That's a great sight. Big 3-run jack for the big fella.
Well, he didn't mess around this time. It was 10 pitches the first time. This is on the first pitch as he drives it out to center field. It goes right over the 401 mark. Dead center field.
How about Mariner power? That is home run number 114 here in game 94.
Now it extends the streak to 21 games in a row now that the Mariners have hit at least 1 home run in the game.
Saunders, base hit, right field. Michael Saunders with a 2-hit night.
Take another look at the swing by Justin Smoak. This pitch is away from him, but he's ready to hit 85 miles an hour. Doesn't pull off and it just stays with it. Full extension on that fastball as he drives it over the fence in center field.
Here comes Mike Scioscia. That's going to do it for Jared Weaver. And all of this action, Mike, coming with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Most consecutive games with a home run, 21, best in the major leagues. How about the Mariners? 2 outs in the 6th. They've erupted a 3-spot on the board. Weaver chased. Mariners lead 4-0.
Justin Smoak, the 3-run home run. Felix is dialed in. You got to like the way things are shaping up at Safeco Field tonight for the Mariners in Game 2 of this 3-game series. Tom Glasgow with you from the Ford Sports Desk. Let's check in on the Houston Astros on the road, looking for back-to-back wins against the Tampa Bay Rays. And the Stros jumped out to an early 3-0 lead, but Tampa battled all the way back. Luke Scott, in fact, driving in the game-winning run. The Rays get it done by a final of 4-3 as we rejoin Dave Sims and Mike Blowers, fellas.
All right, Tom, thanks. Good to have you with us. Boy, Luke Scott, we've seen him do some damage to the Mariners with Baltimore and Tampa Bay. Hard-throwing right-hander Dane De La Rosa with 2 outs. He'll face Mike Zunino with Saunders at first base.
His fastball, excuse me, Dave, his fastball being in the mid-90s. He also worked with a good curveball, 12-6 curveball.
We saw him down in Anaheim. He was big guy, 6'5", 6'6", and can pound it.
Yep, throwing downhill. We'll take a look at him. 40 appearances on the year, 3.24 ERA, 39 strikeouts, just 12 walks. Giving up 2 home runs this year.
Smoak with that 3-run homer gives him 21 RBIs. It was his 8th home run. 2 home runs in 6 days. Getting his hit, started the game on base leader for the Mariners. Zunino 0 for 2. Inside to Mike. Well, Smoak makes this a totally different team if he can start producing some power numbers.
His 8th home run. Yeah, his 8th home run of the year.
Throw him in there with the Ibanez and Morales and Seager. Boy, that'd be a potent middle portion of the order. Saunders coming alive too. 2 hits tonight. Michael with a 6-game hitting streak. He's 2 for 3. Jared Weaver He's been banished after giving up some runs here.
5 2/3 for him. 9 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. Didn't walk anybody. Threw 107 pitches, 68 of those for strikes. He is responsible for Saunders, who's on first base. De La Rosa paying a lot of attention to Saunders at first. Gets Zunino in a good hitting count, 2-0.
Zunino looking for his first Safeco Field home run. He's got one at Oakland. 2-up. 2-1. Back with a dive.
I figured he was going to throw over on that. 2-1 is a good count to run on. Typically, you won't see managers pitch out on that count because you don't want to go to 3-1 to the hitter.
Saunders, the Mariners' leading base stealer with 10. It's been a while since he's taken a bag. There he goes. Throw by Tanger. 10 getting. Doesn't take away the positives of the 6th inning. A 3-run homer by Smoke that carried 411 feet and gives the Mariners a 4-0 lead. .458 on hand. Look at the weather. Spectacular. Good time being had by all. As we take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. All-Star break will be upon us after tomorrow afternoon's 1:10 first pitch. And the Mariners will resume action in Houston for 3 games. And the good news, after leaving Houston, they'll be back for another week. 3 with Cleveland and 4 with Minnesota before taking off back east for a quick trip to Boston and Baltimore. There's Josh Hamilton, fouls one off. Leading off the 7th, Hamilton, Kendrick, and Trumbo, 4, 5, and 6. So here's Felix Hernandez again with a nice cushion against these Angels. He was up 7-0 and 8-1 last time he faced them down in Anaheim in the middle of June.
Yeah, I think the difference in this one, though, Dave, is the run support has come a little bit later in the game. That game in Anaheim, the Mariners were able to score some runs early. I think Felix just stays with his game plan now and tries to get this one to the house. He's in great shape with his pitch count, just 76 pitches for Felix.
1-1 to Hamilton. Mariners in that game on Thursday, June 20th. 3 runs in the first, 4 in the third, 1 in the fourth. So an 8-2 lead through 4, and then a 5-run fifth changed the entire complexion of that ball game. Felix did a lot of sitting watching the guys swing the bat. Hit well, right field. Saunders, though, has it. One out. One out here in the 7th. Howie Kendrick will be the hitter. Infield hit and fly to right tonight. Oh, one to Howie. Twin-0. Sawed him off and he muscles it into right field. Saunders will get it back in. It's good hitting by Howie Kendrick. 2 for 3 night for him. Get downtown from the airport for only $2.75 on Sound Transit's Link Light Rail. See how easy it is at soundtransit.org.
I think Kendrick may be one of the best right-handed hitters in this league at that inside-out swing and hitting the ball hard to right field, hitting it with authority that way. Average up over 300. Good job of that all year. He also has 11 home runs. He has some pop that way, hitting the ball to right field.
Speaking of pop, got to be careful here with Trumbo. Twice flied out to Ackley in center field. Just joining in, it's a Justin Smoke show tonight. He's driven in all 4 Mariner runs, an RBI single in the 4th, and a 3-run homer in the 6th. Felix Hernandez throwing a very good ball game with 3 strikeouts, no walks. 5-hit shutout. Well aware Trumbo's taken him deep 3 times in previous meetings. Infield at double play depth. 2-0 here to Trumbo. In there for strike.
Felix with a couple of pitches inside, trying to keep him from getting his arms extended.
As the players say, this guy's got stupid power. That's what ball he hit in Oakland. Intercepted by Norred. I mean, he hit that thing so far.
Light tower power.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Roberto Callaspo's on deck. That's foul. Kings Court on its feet. Wouldn't mind strikeout number 4 coming right here. 3-2 pitch to Trumbo. Runner goes. Bouncing ball hit to Miller. Backhand. He's got the one play at first. Tag made by Smoke. Nicely done. 2 down. Take a look at our Money Tree in-time play. This is some good work here.
Brett Miller over. Good backhanded play. Rushed his throw. Trumbo runs well. But a good play by Smoke to come off the bag, make the catch first, and put the tag on Trumbo to get the out.
base umpire Hal Gibson. Got a good look at it. Here's Callaspo. He's got 2 hits today. It's a strike one. He's got a base hit to left and a base hit to center. Hitting streak down to 8 games for Alberto. Center field. Ackley, long run, but he's tracking and he makes the catch. Shutout lives through 7 for Felix Hernandez. Justin Smoak has driven in all 4 runs for the Mariners. It's a good looking Saturday night as we go to the home 7th in the 7th inning stretch. Being brought to you by Washington's Lottery. Last year, Washington's Lottery turned 28.6 million Washingtonians into winning heirs. They can do the same for you. Thanks to Washington's Lottery, winning heirs are made daily. Festive atmosphere as the Ackley boys up on the big screen. That's what they're looking at. Are dancing to Louie Louie and doing a pretty good job, too. It's Dustin Ackley Gnome Night. Good crowd, 32,458. The Ackley boys always holding court in the upper reaches of the right field seats. Mariners lead it 4-0. Felix shutout baseball through 7, and Dustin Ackley's, make that Justin Smoak, beg your pardon, has driven in 4 runs. Zunino will lead off. He was at the dish when Saunders was caught stealing to end the 6th. Smoak, an RBI single in the 4th and a monster 411-foot home run. 3-run shot in the 6th inning. Dane De La Rosa continues on. Came in relief of starter Jared Weaver. Hit a 2-1 count on Zunino when Saunders was thrown out. 1-1 here.
Good aggressive swing. The fastball up out over the plate. Good pitch for him to handle. 93 miles an hour.
Zunino coming off a good-looking performance last night. His first 3-hit effort as a big leaguer. lot of movement on that 97-mile-an-hour pitch.
The action of the cutter, I think it just sailed on him.
2-2 to Zunino. Full count. Justin Ackley's on deck. To Zunino, fouled off. Zunino, Ackley, and Miller. You're in the home seventh.
De La Rosa, he's thrown quite a bit harder to Zunino in this at bat than he did when he first faced him. With Saunders at first base, he was working hard trying to keep Michael close and using a little bit of a slide step, trying to help out his catcher Conger to throw him out, which they ended up doing. And now they can use that big high leg kick. Velocity's gone up 3 or 4 miles an hour.
8-2 to Mike. Walked him. Good start for the Mariners. That is the first walk of the ball game. Ackley Gnome night here. Got some more fun pictures for you here. That's adorable. Beautiful. Oh, that's from the Billy Crystal. Billy Crystal does voices in those cartoon movies. It's cute. Monsters Inc. Ackley takes strike one. I knew they'd be popular, but I think it's like overwhelmingly popular. One and one. We're in that fly out tonight. Somebody must have had to retire to the restroom or something. He had one guy holding 2 letters. Working double tap. 1-1. Broken bat. Looper gets over Ibar's head. Base hit Ackley. There's 2 men have reached here in the 7th inning for the Mariners.
This is a fastball at 93 in on his hands, but Dustin able to fight it off. It's an outfield grass that goes over Ibar, the shortstop's head. And just above the pine tar on his bat. Brad Miller will come up, probably going to bunt here. Nobody out. Bottom of the 7th, maybe try to get an extra run or 2 if you can.
Absolutely. Veteran Scott Downs warming up. Bunts in order. Gets it down successfully. It'll be the first for Brad Miller here in the major leagues. Fastball in at third. Trumbo about to charge from first. Shows bunt. Gets away from Carrier. Runners move up.
Thank you for the help. Didn't look like that ball hit the dirt. I think maybe the bat. Brad Miller had the bat out in front to bunt. Maybe it was in the eyes of Conger. Sometimes they lose sight of the baseball. Conger. No, it's just a bad pitch.
Hit the umpire on the right shin guard.
Yeah, spiked a fastball at 94 miles an hour.
Wild pitch. They're going to bring the infield up close. 1-0 to Miller. A soft liner to Ibar at short and then struck out swinging his last 2 times up.
Well, Brad likes to hit the fastball, and he should get one here in this at bat, something that he can hit hard. Brad came into the game hitting 264.
De La Rosa 1-0. He deals to the dugout of the Angels. 1-1.
Mariners 2 for 4 with runners in scoring position. Both hits belonging to Justin Smoak.
One more to Miller. Throwing in infield. Up high. Two.
De La Rosa trying to keep that fastball in on the hands of Brad. Both strikes. Fastball's on the inside corner that he fouled off.
Two and two to Miller. Runners at second and third. Nobody out. Full count. On deck hitters Nick Franklin. Something's got to give. 3-2 pitch. Popped it up. Conger's got to play. One out. MLB.TV celebrates 11 years with new low yearly prices. Watch every out-of-market game live on over 350 supported mobile and connected devices in HD quality with MLB.TV Premium. Visit MLB.TV today. MLB.TV, baseball everywhere. Mike Scioscia out to make a change. De La Rosa's done. Mariners lead 4-0. Lot to like tonight. Felix on the mound. Justin Smoak's driven in 4. Dustin Eckley, no night, 32,458 on hand. What a beautiful night here in Seattle. Scott Downs, a veteran left-hander, takes over.
37 appearances. He's pitched well for the Angels. A 1.42 ERA for him. 20 strikeouts. 8 walks. Opponent's average is 231. He's not given up a home run this year. And the Angels will keep their infield in. Just 1 out. And it looks like they're going to put Nick Franklin. No, I thought maybe Conger was stepping outside like he was going to put him on. I didn't think that would be the case with Raul, even though Raul is left-handed. He's been hot for the Mariners.
Scott Downs on his left. He's going to pitch forever. Good situational guy. Strike one to Franklin. Third pitcher tonight. Down's been the big league since the year 2000. Down low. 37 years old. And with the Cubs, the Expos, Toronto, and in his third year with the Angels.
Left-hander that throws strikes. He's not overpowered. Try to sink it, use a change-up and a slider. If he can throw strikes effectively on the corners, he'll always have a job.
Well, absolutely. 38 years old. With that 37 years old as that pitch is down low, 2-1. Great opportunity here for Nick Franklin. Gets away from Kanger. That's going to get a run. Zunino scores. Wild pitch.
Second wild pitch of the inning. A wild pitch by De La Rosa to move the runners up to second and third. Now this one will score a run for the Mariners. Mariners getting some help in this game tonight.
Wild pitch took the bunt off. Miller popped out. But now a wild pitch to make it 5-0. Runner at third is Ackley. And Franklin's got a 3-1 count. Way outside ball four to bring up Raul Ibanez. In the pen. Michael Kahn warming up for the Angels. One out, runners at the corners for Raul. 5-0 Mariners. 5 runs on 10 hits. No runs on 5 hits. For the Angels, first pitch, breaking ball in there for strike. 74 miles an hour. Safely is Franklin.
I don't think Nick will go anywhere with Raul at the plate. Garrett Wedge would just assume he'd stay there and give him every opportunity to hit this ball in the outfield somewhere, pick up another run. Just one out for the Mariners.
Through the hole, base hit, picks up an RBI, 6-0 as Ackley scores. Franklin will hold at second. Raul Ibanez, wonderful first half. That's his second hit tonight. Picks up an RBI, is 55th. He regains the lead from Morales, who's one behind him. And Mr. Morales will step into the box.
A solid base hit through the hole on the right side of the infield. Tried to throw a fastball in on his hands. That'll bring up Morales. Morales having a good evening. He is 2 for 3 in this one. Scored a couple of runs.
Well, good productivity by the Mariners.
How about the Mariners? 44 runs scored in the last 6 games. 44 runs scored.
I like it. Actually, no, that doesn't cover it. I love it.
Love it.
Morales with 2 on, 1 out. Morales a 2-hit night, 2 runs scored.
And the Mariners 3 for 6 with runners in scoring position.
Kendricks. Morales, the 6th man to the plate here in the 7th inning. Through the hole, Kendrick smothers it. Nice play. Throws out Morales. Never quit on it. Fine play by Howie Kendrick. Runners move up, 2 down.
I was with you, Dave. I thought this was going to be a base hit. Howie Kendrick was playing up the middle. The entire right side of the infield was open. And it was a great effort by Howie. Diving effort for him to smother that ground ball and get up and throw Morales out. Potentially saving the Angels another run.
Play by Howie Kendrick. Brings up Kyle Seager. 2 out, 2 on. Know about his exploits last year with 2 out RBIs, 44 of them, 3rd in the major leagues. Base hit here puts a big exclamation point on this ball game. On the board here in the 7th. I'm just looking for more. Spot here for Seager. Keep counting. 2-0. 3-0. Justin Smoak has already driven in 4. He's on deck. Pitch here coming to Seager. Strike 1. Kyle thought he had a free pass.
I did too. Borderline pitch, but Downs gets the call.
Big pitch. 3-1, 2 out. Hit hard but foul. 3-2.
Fine back into play right there. It'll look easy.
Downs sinking up.
Well, he's been throwing a lot of fastballs in on the hands of Kyle. Maybe 3 and 2. Conger probably wanted to go to the slider away. Let's see what Scott Downs, the veteran, wanted to throw. There you can see the last 3 pitches on the inside part of the plate to Kyle.
Downs is ready. 3 and 2 with 2 outs. Pitch to Seager. Taken for ball 4, and they're going to bring up Justin Smoak. He's already driven in 4, his career best 6 at Texas, May 30th last year.
Well, Justin will have to get it done hitting right-handed this time. All 4 RBIs coming off of Weaver when he was hitting left-handed. He'll turn around and hit right-handed now.
Smoak's the 8th man to the plate here in the 7th inning. No home runs right-handed. Now's as good a time as any.
Why not? Why not make it a grand slam?
Outside for ball 1. Justin hit by a pitch in the 2nd. RBI single to right in the 4th. 3-run homer straightaway center field in the 6th. And he's in command right now, 2-0. Felix, long sit for him.
He looked a little irritated that Mike Butcher, the pitching coach, was going out there to make it sit longer.
"25 minutes for this half inning thus far."
Half hour sitting in the dugout for Felix. That's a long time.
And that's reminiscent of the meeting back in Anaheim.
Bill's trying to stay loose, and there's the jacket on, moving around.
Spoke with an opportunity for first career grand slam. 2-0 count. Brown's got to give him something good. Hits it to right field, but right at Hamilton. Nonetheless, good inning for the Mariners. 2 runs on 2 hits. There were 2 wild pitches, no errors, 3 men left. 6-0 Mariners. time, close to a half hour since he was last out on the mound. His teammates have added 2 more runs. He's got a 6-0 lead. He'll face 8, 9, and 1 in the Angels' order here in the 8th inning.
Felix at 90 pitches. Nobody throwing in the Mariner bullpen.
Ball 1 to Hank Conger, who's 0 for 2. Felix has struck out 3. He's not walked anybody. Shutting out the Angels on 5 hits. Make that 6. Plug in with Mariners earbuds to listen to the Mariners broadcast all season long. Coming up on Friday, July 26th, first 10,000 fans will pick up a free pair of Mariners earbuds thanks to T-Mobile. For tickets to see the Mariners take on the Twins and pick up this great giveaway, visit mariners.com. Good crowd, 32,458. The Pen doing big business. 1-0 to Ibar. 0 for 2 with a fly to center and bounced into a double play. Let's go Felix Cheer going up here at the ballpark. 1-0. Late swing. 1-1. That's a good looking pitch.
A good curveball from Felix. Able to get the first strike on his changeup. Comes back with a curveball. He's had all of his pitches working for him tonight. Best part is he's been working down in the zone. K-Card's flying again.
Good block by Zunino. 2-2. Strikeouts for Felix tonight. He's got a 2-2 to Ibar. Struck him out. Strikeout number 4, 1 out here in the 8th. Here's Tom Glasgow.
Dave from the Ford Sports Desk. Something special maybe brewing in San Diego for former Washington Husky Tim Lincecum. Of course, with the Giants, he is 7 2/3 innings into a no-hitter against the Padres. Got some big defensive help in the 3rd. Pablo Sandoval from the hot corner, keeping the no-no alive. Lincecum, though, 122 pitches. We'll see if he can stay in that game and keep it going, guys.
Boy, that is a lot. Reminiscent of what was it? Was it Matt Harvey this year with the Mets? Flirted with a no-no. Was that this year? Was that the one I'm thinking of?
He
threw a lot
with
of
a couple of them, and yes, his pitch count has gotten up on him a couple of times. I think with Lincecum, though, he's been around long enough. I wouldn't be surprised if Bruce Bochy, the manager, lets him go back out there and try to get it.
Got some stirring in the Mariner bullpen. As Felix is 1-1 to J.B. Shuck. So we get back to the top of the order.
This next pitch will be 100 for Felix. And it's Oliver Perez, Medina, both getting loose.
Mariners have turned 1 double play. Slow roller foul.
see it. 100 pitches, 62 of those for strikes. Oh boy.
Baltimore Chuck will be lucky to get one. Base hit. Off that plate. Big hang time.
Well, that'll bring up Mike Trout. Just chops this right off a home plate. Nothing Kyle Seager at third can do but to wait for it to come back down out of the air. It looks like a super ball as it bounces off the plate.
Trout tonight, triple in 3 at bats. It was a booming triple. 2 outs back in the third off the right center field wall. One out, 2 on. Mike Trout, number 2 hitter in the American League, and Mike's ahead now, 2-0. Perez and Jaravis Medina picking up some pace out there. High pop, foul territory, right side. Hunter Pence just made a heck of a play in right field for the Giants to keep the no-hitter alive for Tim Lincecum. 131 pitches he's thrown through 8. Johan Santana a year ago threw a no-hitter in the first third of the season and has basically been done since then.
We'll see how long Eric Wedge will let Felix go. Yeah, Pujols, another right-handed hitter on deck. I'm sure Oliver Perez is getting ready for Hamilton, who hits after Pujols.
2-1, swing and a miss.
That was a good-looking breaking ball from Felix. Take a look at the breaking ball. Great movement on that pitch down the way. Looked like the curveball, 12-6 curveball. He swings right over the top of it.
Felix with a strikeout in the first, the second, the third, and the 8th. He's got Trout 2-2.
Good fastball for Felix, 93 miles an hour right on the inside corner. Give you an idea how tough Trout is. Sure, he was looking back out over the plate, back that breaking ball in the back of his mind. You see how quick his hands are. You can get a piece of that.
Two and two with 2 on, 1 out. Slow roller to Miller. Gets to Franklin. To Trout. Burner going down the line. He beat it out. Down to third goes Conger. He raced his J.B. Shuck.
Shatters his bat. Looks like he hits it off the end of the bat, so it's not hit hard enough. Strong arm by Nick Franklin at second. We've talked about that, but Trout just too much speed. He's able to beat it out.
It's a blur.
Yeah. Felix now 107 pitches.
Lincecum threw 8 innings.
131. You think he comes back out?
Absolutely.
I do too.
Albert Pujols. Breaking ball for a strike. Albert tonight, a couple strikeouts, looking at a ground out for second. How about Lincecum? 131 pitches, 85 for strikes. Giants 9-0, top 9. And Lincecum is due up. Matter of fact, he just batted and flied out. 0-1 here to Pujols. 2 out, 2 on. Outswing ball down to Seager. Gives a step. Long throw. You know Albert can't run. Easy out. shutout through 8 for Felix. He's pumped. He should be. He's got a 6-0 lead. Is brought to you by BNSF Railway, the engine that connects us. By Auburn Volkswagen, Das Auto. And by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. Final look at the Columbia River Ford tonight. Beautiful scenery. Good looking day. Talk about good looking. How about that score? 6-0 Mariners. Justin Smoke's driven in 4 runs. And Banez, he drove in a run. Another run scored on a wild pitch. Felix 8 shutout innings against the Angels. We come to you from above the A in Safeco Field. Kevin Jepson takes over the mound for the Angels.
Another hard-throwing right-hander. Mariners certainly familiar with Jepson. They've seen him a number of times over the last few years. Saunders will lead things off here. He has a couple hits in the game. Good to see. 26 appearances on the year for Jepson. 23 strikeouts in the 21 2/3 innings he has pitched.
With the 2 hits for Mr. Saunders, he's extended his hitting streak to 6 games.
Good first pitch fastball from Jepson, 98 miles an hour on the inside corner.
Right off the fist with that one, too. Felix Hernandez, strong performance this evening, and it's the bounce back we expected after what happened to him last time against the Angels.
Well, I would agree. 8 innings pitched, 7 hits, did not give up a run, didn't walk anybody, a big key. 4 strikeouts, 109 pitches for Felix. Great outing for him, sending him off to the All-Star game in New York.
0-2 to Saunders. Mariners got a run in the 4th. Smoke with an RBI single. They got 3 in the 6th. He had a 3-run homer. Raul drove in a run in the 7th. Zunino scored on a wild pitch in that same inning. And Conger holds on. Saunders strikes out. Here's Tom Glasgow with more net no-no.
All right, David, let's take everyone down to San Diego. Tim Lincecum, the former Husky, of course, with the Giants. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Hunter Pence coming up with the gem out in right field. Alexi Amarista at the plate. Take a look at Pence laying out and getting it done, keeping the no-no alive. Lincecum batted in the top of the 9th. He will come out in the bottom of the 9th with 131 pitches, guys.
All right, Tom, thank you. Interesting doings in San Diego. Here's Mike Zunino. Bounced into a double play, took a called third strike, walked and scored. One.
And there's Felix. I'm sure his night is done. Medina continues to throw in the bullpen for the Mariners. What an outing for him.
Two-run to Mike Zunino. Pitch. At that outside corner, count evens at 2-2. Jepson, the fourth pitcher used tonight. Weaver started, De La Rosa, Downs, and now Kevin Jepson.
He is throwing hard.
Yes, he is.
He's 97, 98 with all those fastballs. Nothing but fastball so far to Saunders and Zunino, but it's a plus fastball, 98 right on the outside corner. Dustin Ackley, the base hit. He is 1 for 3 tonight, scored a run.
Lincecum just struck out Chase Headley for the first out of the ninth inning in San Diego on a bid for a no-hitter. With a base hit left field in the seventh after grounding out to second and flying to center. Another picture from Dustin Ackley Gnome Night. Turned out to be a popular item. I got a feeling that this will be put in a rotation for next year, or maybe even later on this year.
Yeah.
Popped up. Castro looks like he has a play. He does. Let him do it. Ninth inning coming up. 6-0 Mariners. Looks like Uravis Medina is going to take over.
In the background on the scoreboard, Carlos Quinn for San Diego flies out to left. Tim Lincecum, the former Washington Husky, San Francisco Giant, just 1 out away from a no-hitter. And at last count, 140 pitches. I think he's now just gotten up to 143. So some amazing stuff going on in San Diego. Part of the post-game show, of course, we'll keep you up to date on that. We'll get player reaction from the Mariners. I think we got a win tonight. And we'll also hear from the skipper, Eric Wedge, right now. Let's kick it back to Dave and Mike.
All right, Tom, good stuff by Felix Hernandez, and hopefully Lincecum will be able to get it. It sounds like it just got broken up by the fans just had. Oh, they took it off the Jumbotron. That's why. Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
Medina will take over for Felix. 2.43 ERA, 33 appearances on the year. Opponents average 195. A lot of Husky fans in the stadium tonight wanted to see what Lincecum was going to do.
I'll get a replay of it at the appropriate time. Hopefully he gets a no-no. Hamilton leads off. Hamilton, Kendrick, and Trumbo. Eric Wedge quite pleased with the work of Medina last night, going an inning and 2/3. No runs, no hits, 1 strikeout. Great performance by Felix Hernandez. 8 innings of shutout baseball. 7 hits. Medina's got Hamilton 1-1. Swing and a miss. So here's how the game ended in San Diego. Concourse monitors have it here at Safeco Field. Popped up. Fly ball. Left fielder takes control, and Tim Lincecum. Oh, Buster Posey almost took the breath out of him. Congratulations. 148 pitches. Hamilton strikes out. 1 out here at Safeco Field. Good for Tim Lincecum. Congratulations, young man.
148 pitches. I'm sure part of Bochy's thinking of letting him go as they have the All-Star break coming. He's going to get some extra days of rest. But congratulations to Tim Lincecum. Congratulations.
And showing it here at Safeco Field. Congratulations. He's got 2 Cy Youngs. Now he's got a no-no. Good for him. Howie Kendrick looks at strike 1. Howie tonight's got 2 hits. 2 for 3 minutes. An outstanding play, robbing Morales of a hit, saving a run in the 7th inning. Diving play going to his left. Medina pitched a 1-2-3 ninth last night. The Mariners 8-3 win. Right field, Saunders all over it, 2 down. Last hope for the Angels, Mike Trumbo, 2 outs, nobody on, 9th inning. Fans loving this. They got their money's worth. They were entertained this evening.
Great crowd here tonight. Great team. The Mariners score all these runs.
Amen.
Again, 44 runs scored in the last 6 games.
Breaking ball for strike 1. Dustin Ackley Gnome Night proved to be a huge hit. 0-1, 0-2. Trumbo. So 2 outs, nobody on. Angels down to their last strike. Boy, I bet some establishments are going to do some good business tonight. 0-2. Big developments by that man right there. He drove in 4 big runs, and he had a monster home run. 3-run shot. They'll break it open into 6. Here's Medina, 1-2 to Trumbo. Blocked by Zunino, 2-2.
Medina trying to put him away with the hard slider. Missed with the last couple, throwing him in the dirt. Trumbo chased one of them. Laid off the last 2.
Dana going to put a wrap on it. Time's called. A's beat the Red Sox 3-0. Just in. Medina 2-2 here to Trumbo. Full count. Trumbo keeps it going. Callaspo's on deck. Medina set. 3-2 pitch to Trumbo. Got him. That's the ball game. Mariners win 6-0. And Mike, you gotta like this. Justin Smoke. Maybe this is a coming out party. 3-run shot. 4 RBIs. Felix gets a bounce back. And how about this? The Mariners, in the stretch drive to the All-Star break, are now 7-5.
And a very tough schedule. When you look at the schedule they had against the Rangers, the Reds, you had Boston come in town, the best record in the American League. And now the Angels, a team that they've struggled with, they have already won the series with a chance to sweep tomorrow. They've really been playing some good baseball, scoring a lot of runs, which means a lot of fun for your baseball team, Dave, as you mentioned throughout the game. They're fun to watch right now. And a great performance by Felix Hernandez. He went 8 innings of shutout baseball tonight for the Mariners.
We did sort of like his chances, given what had happened last time in Anaheim, and the Angels were well aware, to say the least, as we take a look at our Columbia Bank difference of the game. Yep, Big Smokey, Justin Smoke, what a night.
Well, he got the scoring started with this base hit into right field. It was a strong throw to the plate by Hamilton, and here comes Morales. Conger doesn't handle the throw, so Morales scores, and at that point it's 1-0, but this was the big hit. A 3-run home run to dead center field right over the 401 mark for Smoke, his 8th home run of the year, and now it's a 4-0 lead for the Mariners, and some run support for Felix. He took care of it from there.
Give Felix the lead, and I tell you what, after blowing a lead down in Anaheim, that was going to happen in back-to-back performances against the Angels. 6-0 Mariners. Jen Mueller standing by with the star of the game.
We were just commenting, it is the second time during the course of the homestand that we were talking to Justin Smoke based on what he has done with the offense. And, you know, Justin, they were just showing the home run, but I want to back up to the at-bat that you had previous. You go 10 pitches, you work your way back to a full count. Take us through kind of that battle.
Well, I knew with him, you know, he's been throwing a lot of soft stuff as of late, and even late in the count. So I was just trying to, you know, foul off a couple fastballs, and, you know, was really waiting on the changeup the whole entire bat, and, you know, finally got one up and put a good swing on it.
How much different was that approach for you now than maybe even a month ago when you, by your own admission, said you weren't quite as comfortable at the plate?
Yeah, you know, just a little more relaxed. I mean, that's, you know, that's what hitting is. I mean, you see Rowe and Kyle and Morales, all those guys go up there relaxed all the time, and, you know, it's just about being relaxed, getting a good pitch to hit, putting a good swing on it. What happens from there happens.
Is that the best way to describe the home run that you lifted, by the way, to dead center field?
Yeah, first time ever, especially here. Wow. I don't know. It was just, you know, fastball out over the plate, put a good swing on it, and, you know, was able to sneak it over the wall out there.
Coming into the game, you were hitting .342 during the month of July. I know that's because you put in a lot of extra work in the cage. As we hit the All-Star break, though, how do you gauge where you are and what more you can do?
Oh, it's just a matter of being consistent day in and day out. And, you know, that's what I'm trying to do from both sides of the plate. And, you know, got to do a little better job right-handed. But, you know, it's coming around. And, you know, I'm feeling confident up there and just got to get a good pitch to hit and put a good swing on it. And if I keep doing that, hopefully good things happen.
Absolutely. And, Brad, Justin's home run tonight extends the Mariners' streak 21 straight games with a homer.